Hey guys. Um, this video here, um, I wanted to when I first heard this, well, when I first got the realization of it, I wanted to make a video. I should have made a video, and I am seriously gonna have to start um doing the things that's on my mind, especially those deep things, because and I'm not saying this is a deep one, but some of those deep things I think about, they're in my head, and the next thing I know, somebody else is I'm hearing them say it, and I'm just like, well, I already said that. But um, yeah, I'm gonna have to start. I really am, because my mind, my goodness, so much goes to my mind. Um, I was able to do my hair, y'all. So it's kind of it took me like, because I had to stop. It took me at least a couple of hours to get it done with my hand like this, and it did cause pain, but by the time it was really hurting, I was kind of like able to go ahead and take a break because I had to do something. And then when I came back, it still hurt a little bit, but not as much, and I didn't have as much to do. So um, I have an appointment next week, so I'm thinking I probably will take it down like maybe Tuesday or something like that to kind of let it fluff out and do what it do. And then, because I am sick of this green scarf. I do not like green already to begin with, but my daughter keeps losing my scarves after she borrows them. Anyway, y'all, I want to do a breakdown of this song. And this, y'all might think I'm crazy because the song is a classic. It is an absolute hit. It's a classic. It's an old song, but it shows a mentality that is still very alive and active today, very much so. And um, it shows a person's decision, active decision to live the way that they are living. So let me go ahead and get to it. It's the song by Otis Redding, Sitting on the Dock of a Bay. Now, this song is so catchy. Like, I don't know anybody that can listen to Sitting on the Dock of a Bay and not pat their feet, not sing along, not move a little bit. I mean, it's just one. I mean, I think the tune and the tempo and the beat and the little whistling, and I think all of that is really what made the song really so catchy. Like, it really is, like, you just want to hum along to it. But the thing of it is I don't think a lot of people, and maybe they have, but I don't think a lot of people have really sat and listened to those lyrics. And because it's not many lyrics, you know what I'm saying? But it does tell a story. And I don't know what I was doing one day, but I was probably listening to music. I could listen if I allow myself, and in times past, especially as a teenager and everything, when I wasn't really doing anything, I can listen to music from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. One reason is because I love to sing, and so it gets my vocal skills, all these different ranges and so forth, helps me to keep my vocals up. And so I love to do that. But I was listening to Sitting on the Dock of a Bay, um, month or so ago, I'll just say. And I'm doing like I always do. I'm just singing along and humming along to the song. And I said, "Well, hold up, hold up." And I'm listening to the words, and I'm just like, this is a story. Songs back in the day gave a lot of stories that, we don't. I don't think a lot of music today does that, and I have to say though, as some of y'all know, I really don't listen to today's music, so maybe it is a story, and I don't know. But I know back in the day, it was more stories. Like it was more, you could actually see what's going on. And so I started listening to this song and listening to the words, and the man basically is glorifying or basically making it's a very depressing song. It's very, even though the tempo is upbeat and it's one of those, you just want to move your head and bob and whatever to that song, but that song is very depressing. That song is very, man, just I don't know another word for it. It's very, very depressing. It's a give up on life song, like it really is. um this guy is saying that he's sitting on the dock of a bay, watching the tides come in and roll away. Um, Sitting on the dock of a bay, just wasting time, wasting time. He said, I left my home in Georgia. So, and I want to break this song down. He had a home in Georgia. That's probably where he was from. I mean, I don't know. And I don't know. This song is by Otis Redding, who is a little bit before my time, you know. So like I know some of his songs and music just from the ones that are popular, but like to really know a lot about Otis Redding and stuff like that, I can't say that I really do. So I don't even really know if Otis Redding is from Georgia. Maybe I should have looked that up before I wanted to dissect the song. But nevertheless, I'm not saying that this is about him because, you know. But so, matter of fact, though, I think I saw like a documentary or something like that about Otis Redding. And I think they said that his career like really wasn't really, he had some, I guess, some hits maybe, but like it wasn't really taken off, I think, until Dock of a Bay. And then like things just really, really blew up for him. And I mean, I believe that is what I remember hearing. Okay, so I'm going on my memory, you know. But at the end of the day, I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, going out to San Francisco, California. And he said he's just gonna sit on the dock of a bay, wasting time, watching the tide come in and roll away. And he said, now, like I say, this man had a home. He had a home. And he made a conscious decision to, he said, 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. My home, which means he gonna stay there. 2,000 miles from Georgia to go and basically just become a bum. He basically chose the homeless life. And I'm not calling homeless people bums. I'm just saying it's different when you become homeless because of economics or just because of some type of tragedy. A lot of stuff happened to people, a lot of stuff dealing with mental people dealing with mental stuff and things like that. So I'm not trying to say any of that stuff, but it seems to me, like I say, this man made a conscious decision to leave his home in Georgia and head to San Francisco Bay and just sit there. And he said to make this dock my home. He purposely spent the money, or however he went. Maybe he hitchhiked because that was, I think, back in the '60s. I think that song. And hitchhiking was not illegal. It was something that folks did. So I don't know how he got to San Francisco. Maybe he flew, maybe he took a train. I don't know how he got there, doesn't say. But what is relevant is the fact that he made a conscious decision that that is what he was going to do. Um, then he said, I can't do what 10 people tell me to do. So I guess I'll just remain the same. And I'm thinking to myself, so, I mean, it doesn't tell the story of what he was doing in Georgia. I wouldn't assume that he was doing too much in Georgia because I can't assume, I can't imagine him having a job, maybe having a family, having a life, and just decide just to give up on that and basically, like I say, go be a bum. Uh, but and the reason that I say that is he's saying I can't do what 10 people tell me to do. So I'm going to assume that he probably wasn't doing much in Georgia either, but probably hanging around, sitting around, probably drinking, hanging out with his buddies and stuff like. I mean, that's what a lot of men do. That's what a lot of idle men do. I'm taking this song from the black perspective. He's a black man, Otis Redding. Most black people tell their stories from their life and their perception and their experience, rather. So I'm assuming that that is probably the life that he was living. If all these people keep trying to give him advice on what he needs to do for his life, I'm assuming that he wasn't, like I say, up with a job, with a with a an active life, home life, maybe wife, children, whatever. But even if he didn't have that, I would not assume that he was doing something relevant or good enough in his life for people not to be coming to him telling him what he need to be doing, because that's basically what he's saying. People keep on coming and telling me basically what to do, and I can't do what 10 people tell me to do. So I'm just gonna remain the same. I'm just okay. And see, actually, that does answer the question, because if he's saying I'm just gonna remain the same and head out to, once again, San Francisco to sit around and do nothing, he was just tired of the people in his hometown tell, oh, you need to do this. They might have been offering jobs. They might have been told, well, you need to do such and such. You a young man. You need to get. And he don't want to do that. He don't want to hear that. He don't want to listen to that. So I'm finna get up and go far away from y'all as I can, and I'm just gonna remain the same. That's what he's saying. So obviously he wasn't doing anything in Georgia. If he gonna go to San Francisco and remain the same, he wasn't doing anything in Georgia. So then he starts talking about this loneliness won't leave me alone. And I'm thinking to myself, so I don't know. I mean, was he lonely in Georgia, or is he lonely now after he made this decision just to sit here and not do anything and make this dock his home? I don't know where the loneliness come from. But what I do know is that when men are unproductive, loneliness sets in. When men don't have no purpose, when men just get up from day to day and go outside and hang with their friends and drink all day and don't do nothing and shoot dice and run women, and that is the generational life of, I know personally, black men. I can't say white men, Chinese, Arab men, all these other men. I can't speak for them. I can speak for growing up in the hood in Fifth Ward, Texas, Houston, Texas. Shout out. Uh, but that's what I see. That's what I see ever since I was a little girl. Full grown black men standing up on the side of a stove, holding themselves, laughing, talking, messing with little girls like me who was just trying to go to the store, trying to actually holler at little girls riding around up and down the street in their cars, waxing their cars, whatever. Don't even really know how they got a car if, they ain't got no job or nothing to keep it. But anyway, hustling. But anyway, an idle mind, an idle mind ain't never good. And I saw this from generation to generation to generation. I think the only reason I don't still see it on a daily basis is because, first of all, I'm not in the South. I'm really not in a neighborhood with a lot of black people anymore. Um, I'm basically, I guess you might as well say, like in suburbia, and there's not a lot of, I mean, like here, you just don't see that. And that ain't no better, worse, than nobody. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying my current state. I'm not in that. I don't see that anymore. But I'm pretty sure it's still going on. I'm pretty sure it's still going on. And it just goes to show you how, even back then, you know, they talked about, a lot of black men talking about the white man won't give him this, the white man won't give him no job, the white man this, the white man that. You know, maybe. But a lot of that is what they would say today is just like what they call it cap today. They call that cap today. Because these men could have found jobs. There were a lot of black men working in the 60s or 70s and 70s. But there was also a sector of black men who didn't want to do anything. They didn't want, how many black men you'll hear, and even still some today, I don't want to work for the man. I ain't gonna work for no white man. And blah, blah, I'm gonna get my own, and I'm a. And they 50 years old, still talking about what they gonna do. And just like Otis Redding, they still remaining the same, like they're not doing anything. But they have excuse after excuse after excuse. And I'm gonna tell you, men with no purpose, they cause violence, all that pent up aggression, frustration, sexual tension and aggression. All of these things is a lot of what causes the black community. I mean, then you do what? You commit crimes against your own people because you're there. You're there in the community. You're forming gangs, shooting, drinking, drugs, poisoning your neighborhood. Nothing good while black men have been running the black community has come out of the black community. And so many of them love to say that the black community is a matriarch. It ain't no matriarch. Oh, believe me, it ain't no matriarch. Because if it was a matriarch, if women actually really truly did run the black community, like I think is probably going to eventually happen, it wouldn't be like it is. It's no way it would be like it is. Not at all. It's the way it is because black men have basically made themselves at home and comfortable in the black communities in the ghettos. And they talk about building, and then they only talk about that once people start shining the light on them or saying something about it. But they talk about building, talk about what needs to be done, talk about this. And then as soon as you start talking about them going forth with the plans or going forth with, well, let's do this, let's whatever, then all of a sudden, oh, the white man, and how we going to do it? And we need a military. And we blah, blah, blah. And it's always an excuse. It's always a reason. I'm going to say this and, get ready to close out the video. I remember the last time that I was on uh I was on Facebook, and there's this particular guy who people like him because I was at that state at one point where I had like a lot of black friends and the black power and the African culture and the blah blah blah. And so I had a lot of those type people on my page, on my Facebook. And slowly and surely, I'm deleting those kind of people because, uh, yeah, I'm just, yeah, I'm past that. I'm past that. I'm still black. I'm still black power to whatever extent. I still admonish African and all that, but a lot of that stuff, when I see it coming from these black men, it's always some type of uncovered, hidden agenda. And it's nothing, even with that, it's always hid behind the excuses of the white man. The white man this, and oh, they did that, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, they did. It's true, it's out there, but you got to move. Matter of fact, I was just talking to my black son about that yesterday because he was starting to tell me this stuff about how, it seems like a lot of, the white men and even like Hispanic men who are in positions over him, but that when he goes for the job, like they might give him the job, but they don't want to let him go higher really than what they may hire him from, or whatever. He like come in as a entry, but yet it's like they want to keep him there, even though they see he's good, they see his skills, they see he knows what he's doing, they see he's been in the field, you know, a lot of time, for a long time, but yet they hire other people over him and all of this. And he has the experience, and they're like, I get it because he's right. It's true. It is true that it is. But at the end of the day, like I was trying to tell him, it's like you can't though sit and just let that be your an excuse to stop. Like you can't sit there and just let that frustrate you and be like, oh, they just gonna so and so anyway. You gotta know that and you gotta move on. Like there are a certain straight period down the line realities that are just the absolute natural fact for us black people in America. But at this point in time, we in a time where you can create your own reality. Like we are definitely in a time to where you can get up, pull your bootstraps up, and get out there and make it and do it, or get your own, or just whatever. And that's this basically is what I was telling my son. Like, do your own thing, get your own business. I mean, he's in school right now, which is absolutely fantastic. And I pray, my wish is for him to go ahead and finish school, because once he finishes school and gets that degree, like that's it. It's over. You can go on and do your own thing at this point. You don't have to sit around and be frustrated talking about who won't give you a chance and who. I mean, we gotta, that's a real thing with our black men, and we really have to do what we can to get that out of them, because there was a point in time when I think a lot of us black women, we catered to that and we admonish them for that. And we, yeah, it is true. White man won't give you a job, and but we got to get out of that. Like we really do. We can't keep using that as an excuse. It may be a reality at some point in time or whatever, but you still got to get up and move past that. You can do and be whatever you want to do and be here in America if you do right, if you live right. Now you can't get up and go out and have 16 million felonies and keep doing stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing, and then start talking about, oh, nobody won't give me a chance. Well, that's you kind of messing yourself up, you know. But I'm gonna cut the video off because I didn't want to stray too far. But I mean, that's Sitting on the Dock of a Bay. It's a nice song. It's a catchy little tune or whatever, is what I meant to say. But the concept of that song, the lyrics of that song is just straight downright depressing. But it is a very real reality of what a lot of black men were doing from that 60s, 70s era. And when they were talking about what the white man won't do, and the white man won't give me this, and the white man whatever, this particular man chose to leave his home and everything and go to a place and just sit up on their economy and be a damn bum. That's really what he did. So sometimes we need to reevaluate that victim mentality, which is another thing I told my son, that's victim mentality when you know try to start making that stuff an excuse. But we really seriously, we and we women have to, repent for the part, not necessarily repent, but we need to acknowledge our part in helping to keep them in that victim mentality, because we did coddle our black men for a very long time, and some are still coddling them. But I've gotten on here and I've told you all I stopped coddling my son long time ago, and he has had to go through his winter. He really has, and right now he's doing really good. But I was trying to tell him, like, yesterday I'm like, son, I love you, but right now you're doing good. Right now, like you need to remember where you were a few years ago, and kind of remember that and do what you need to do to stay on this track. you know so uh I don't know if I'm gonna get too many comments. I don't really get too many comments on my videos. I don't know why you guys don't like to interact with me, but that song, yeah, that song just, it hits me a whole different kind of way now, listening to that song. And I just see give up mentality, I see bum mentality, and I see this man made a decision to do and live the way that he wanted to get up and do and live. And I really think every man who sit up talking about what the white man won't do and what he can't get and all this kind of stuff, and they ain't gonna let a black man and blah, I think all of that is excuse. And I have always thought that way until I got with my ex, who was really into this stuff and this black stuff and black power this and awakening and all of this kind. And so I listened to him with a lot of that, and I got into some of that with him, and I saw it the way he saw it. But at the end of the day, like, even with that, how far you gonna go with that? Like, how far are you gonna use that as an excuse not to get up and do anything? Like, I don't see the white man stopping and suppressing really anybody from really doing that. I mean, right now, if we look around today, you got white people I mean, the homelessness among them is crazy. Matter of fact, here in my city, I see more white people standing out on the side of the roads, even here in the suburbs, with their dog, some of them with their kids. They're out there holding the signs. So I'm just saying, it didn't hit everybody. It didn't hit everybody. So it's just time out and enough with the excuses. There's so many avenues and ways to get up and do something for yourself and make money and what have you. I'm not downplaying people's hard time. I'm not downplaying COVID and things that have happened to people. But in America, if there's any place that you are able to pick yourself up and get back on your feet, it's right here in America, and that's for anybody. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this song. Like, have you ever looked at it like that? Have you ever, thought about that like that? What do you think of what I said, about it? And, if you go back and listen to the song, let me know if you see it differently now than just a cute little song to just to kind of bob your head to. But you guys, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. Thank you guys for listening and watching. And until the next video, see you next time.